So our focus as VivaKi Ventures is always about accelerating innovation on behalf of our agencies and on behalf of our clients. And a lot of times the way that we're going to be able to do that is by partnering with platforms and technologies that are in the startup space. So they have world-class engineers that have built a really cool product, but they might not necessarily know how to market it. And our teams know how to market it or use that particular technology to innovate on behalf of their clients. And so it's a really nice complement between the two. We look at companies across the board. Usually they fall into 4 focus categories for us. Those categories are social, mobile, next generation storytelling, and data. And so really taking a look at where we think marketing is headed and how we're best able to solve our clients' business problems, those are the 4 categories that we tend to focus the most on. I want to work with nice people and smart people. Usually, like I said, they fall within one of those 4 categories. What we will do is operate as their best consultants. And so we will pull together a team of folks within the agencies that are enthusiasts within innovation and particularly about that client. It might be a nice match for our client or for that particular startup as far as what that technology might be. And so we will consult on things like, sales materials, sales planning. Like I mentioned, they're usually engineers and they're not familiar with a holding company. So we educate them on our agencies, what the strengths of the agencies are, how we think they could potentially tweak their product roadmap. So there might have a piece of technology that might be really interesting if it could do X, Y, or Z. And so they need that type of feedback from us and from our teams so that they can then innovate on their product, and it makes it something that's most useful then for our clients. The first company I'll talk about is one that we recently announced, and it is a partnership with a company called Nativo. So certainly native advertising is all the rage. And we've actually been looking at the space for quite a while, did a fair amount of due diligence, and came across Nativo last year and was really impressed with the amount of time and energy they had spent on the engineering. So they had spent a couple of years building a platform and a product, and were just getting to the place where they were ready to go to market with it. And so it was a nice intersection for us. They had it built, and then it was, how can we educate the marketplace on native advertising? We're really excited about their platform. So it allows you to go in and create an ad that fits the content of the page of where it's going to run across any device. So whether it's desktop, mobile, tablet, etc. And we really see it as a great solution for mobile advertising. So as a user experience, running the banners on mobile devices sometimes isn't the right fit for a particular client, whereas a native experience on that mobile device is a very seamless user experience, and we're seeing fantastic results on the back end as far as performance. The platform also lets you measure and track performance across each of those devices, so it all sits within one platform. So really excited about their technology. We're finding that our clients and our agencies are also very excited about it as well. So seeing some good traction with them as a recent partner. Another one that I would say falls in probably both my social bucket as well as my next generation storytelling is a company called Relevance. They're based out of Austin, and the best way to think about it is their platform allows you to incorporate social experiences into another experience. So into a television screen, when you see tweets that run along the bottom of the screen, if you're at a concert or an event and you see interactions you incorporate in user-generated interactions and make it more of a participatory experience, that's all handled through their platform. So we have clients that are using them to tell their stories in a more interactive way with their audience. So they can do a web page where you can imagine it looks like tiles on a web page, and it's incorporating in video. It's dynamic, social chatter experiences that are going on, as well as the branded content that particular client may have. So just a new way to really, bond with your consumer, and so that's why I call them sort of that next generation storytelling as well. You have, a startup that is looking to grow their business, and the best way they can grow their business is to strategically model their business the way their customers most want to buy it. On the flip side, the customers and our clients are looking for new ways to connect with their consumers, and they need to do all of the normal business that they would do, from a product strategy, from a business strategy, from their media strategy, creative messaging, etc. And there might be a piece of technology or a platform out there that helps innovate all of that piece of their particular piece of business, and so what we do is marry the two. And so it's a strategic arrangement where we're consulting on their behalf of here's how you can best integrate in with our clients. We meet with the clients and say, what are your business challenges? And so that's always in the back of our mind when we're meeting each of the individual startups that we're talking with, so that way we know which ones we think we can help. Regarding our interest in video, I would say a couple that we're pretty proud of are both Visible Measures. And so one of our agencies, SMG, co-developed a product with them called Contagion. And so it allows you, a client, to measure not only their paid video assets, but then what is the value of the viral video as a campaign runs over a lifetime. The benefit to us, a lot of times we'll incorporate in aspects of the contract, so that it'll include things like, in some cases, exclusivity. In some cases, it'll include first looks, certainly best pricing. We'll do scenarios where the partner has to create 3 custom, never been done solutions on behalf of our clients. They have to include, potentially a case study, etc. It really depends on kind of where we think the emphasis needs to be for that particular partner. But we're always looking at it from what is the right benefit on behalf of our clients as well. Ideally, in my best case scenario, I want to be managing, I would say, anywhere from 20 to 30 companies at a time. We don't want to be a big, massive team, and so we really need the consulting to be manageable, because we want it to be useful for each of the individual startups themselves. And so we'll pull in consultants from the agencies, certainly, because they have the expertise as well. But our goal is not to grow a big, massive team that is working on this. And so right around that 20 mark feels pretty manageable as far as the number of companies. I would say that's from a US-centric point of view. Certainly within the other markets, it might look a little different. There are probably close to about 15 or so companies that we're working with right now. A lot of the innovation was still, coming out of the United States. We are certainly in China and India as well, but currently still finding most of the companies that work well with our brands are based here in the United States. You'll definitely see us expanding our efforts into both Asia and India as well, though.